Hello everyone and welcome back to Hilltop Gardens. Today I want to do a little update on my fall plot and what I have planted. So come along. Welcome to my fall plot. This is the first year that I've actually used this black tarp, and I'm hoping for great weed suppression with this and easy cleanup for after the crops are done. I will be able to move this tarp to another plot so I can still do my crop rotation. So that's a good plus. But let's look at what I have planted. A couple weeks ago, these first two rows right here I planted, and only 3 came up, so I had to replant them. But this is what I have planted in this section. This is the first time I've planted it. I've actually never tried this, but I've heard great reviews on this vegetable, so I'm really excited to try it. But the ones that have come up look really good. So I'm hoping for some great plants. But I had to replant 7 of them, so we'll see how they do. On to the next section. These 8 little plots right here, I've actually planted my broccoli. I've never tried this variety, so I hope it turns out very well. Planted those right here, and I am hoping that all 8 come up. In this next little section right here, I actually planted some onions a couple weeks ago, the same time I planted the first crop up there, and I'm not sure how it's doing. I don't think it's doing great. I've never planted onions before, so I don't really know what to look for. I think these little shoots are onions, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I've never grown onions before, so I really don't know if these are viable. Actually, down here it doesn't look like anything's come up, so it may be a bust. May have to replant those. We'll see in a couple weeks. Then we have these 2 rows right here. These are my carrots. I tried to plant my carrots in grow trays first so that I could transplant them, but it didn't turn out so well. I'm not good at transplanting things, so I'm just gonna direct seed. The first little row I planted these purple elite. This is my first time growing carrots too, so we'll see how these turn out. And then the second row, I've done what's called a viper carrot. I really hope these produce and come up because we love carrots, and I have heard that carrots grown are like 10 times sweeter than like store-bought carrots. So I'm really praying that these come up and they produce well. Fingers crossed, we'll see. And then this little plot of 10, I actually planted cauliflower. This is the first time I'm growing cauliflower, so I'm really excited, and I hope it comes up. I planted 10 because sometimes they just don't come up, and I'd rather have an overabundance than none. So praying that these come up too. They're supposed to be a really great fall crop. This is my first year growing fall crops, so I hope I am doing it right. The last thing that I planted over here in this plot are these 2 spots right here. And these are the Long Island cheese pumpkins. I can't get it to focus. There. Long Island cheese pumpkins. These are supposed to be really great for pie fillings. We are huge pumpkin pie fans, and so I thought if I could grow these I could make my own pumpkin pie filling. So I planted 2. Hopefully at least one of them come up. We'll see. Hope they do good. Come on, pumpkins, grow for me. Now right here, I definitely wouldn't consider this a fall crop, but I did plant these a little bit later because I wanted a second round of tomatoes to can. I originally started these from seeds and it done great, so I staked them up, and I originally had a bunch planted all the way down and I got overwhelmed with my other ones, so I ended up pulling a bunch of them up. So we have 3 right here that are the Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes. They're going to be your slicing tomatoes. Again, I have never grown slicing tomatoes. This is the first year, but these are turning out really, really good. Well, I think they are. Hopefully they turn. They're supposed to be a yellow, but they are big, big, big. I really can't wait to try them. I've heard great reviews about them. So, and I 7-dusted them because the bugs right now are horrendous. They are no joke right now. They're like in survival mode. Eat everything because they've destroyed my pumpkin patch. And this variety is called the Invincible. This is going to be like a paste tomato. I've heard really great reviews about these also, so I'm really excited to see how these turn out. And then this right here looks like weeds, right? But it is actually a cover crop. I've got this right here. It looks like a grass. I forget what it's called. And then on that side, I have my not Kellogg's. I have my Kodiak brown mustard seed growing over here. So this is going to put nutrition back into the soil, and it's going to be weed suppression while I'm not growing anything right here. So these other plots that I'm going to till up in the next week, we'll do the same thing to them. If you followed along on my videos, maybe I've told y'all, maybe not, I destroyed all of my green beans that I had canned. I didn't do them properly. It was a total fail. And so I lost a bunch of green beans. So I replanted some in hopes that I would get some more before the end of the season, but a lot of them didn't take. So I've got this little section and this little section, and they look great. This is my Kentucky Wonder. So maybe we'll just get enough to can a couple. Not sure. We'll have to see how that does. And then these are my bell peppers that I planted in the spring. I really thought they would be done by now, but these things are massive. They have grown like bushes. The stalks on these are like a bush. I mean, they are so big. I don't know if you can see the size of them, but they are massive. I don't know if me trimming them back as they were small worked and helped in their favor, but they are still producing a lot. They still have flowers coming. Well, we can't see that one. They've still got flowers, and they're producing a lot. So I'm just gonna let them go and see how they do. I've started dehydrating them instead of freezing them in hopes to be able to keep some fresh vegetables longer to use. But these are amazing. And these were store-bought plants from our local store, not seeds. Next year I'd like to try to grow these from seeds, so I've saved a couple seeds to try. But now some of them are turning yellow. These were all supposed to be green ones, but they're turning yellow now. So I like yellow ones. I like yellow bell peppers, so we'll just keep letting them grow. And the last thing I'll show you is our pumpkin patch. It has been destroyed by what I think is squash bugs. They have eaten it alive. I've 7-dusted these too because it's horribly bad. And these I've saved from seeds from last year from our pumpkins, but Some of them didn't turn out quite like pumpkins. I don't know what they are. It looks like a giant misshapen pumpkin gourd type thing, but here are these bugs. I 7 dusted these and they're still everywhere. They're eating this alive. Thankfully, I just grew these for fun, so it's not like I am relying on these to feed us. But it's sad. It's a failed crop because I didn't kill the bugs fast enough. So they're winning. They're winning at life. They get to eat these for this season, but next season they will all die. I'll make sure of it. You will die, buggies, die. So that's what I have going on right now in our fall plot and what is still producing in our spring/summer garden. I'm just gonna let it ride out as long as it can for the spring and summer vegetables and see how it does. Then I'll be more prepared for next year to know what to expect and how long it'll last. But I have loved growing this spring/summer garden and cannot wait to see how the fall plot turns out. I'm so excited, especially about the black tarp, because I'm horrible at weeding. Let's just face it, who likes to weed? So this, I hope, is a lifesaver and a time saver for me. If it turns out great, then I do plan on doing my whole garden this way, and I can rotate it just like everything else and hopefully have success. So until next time, we'll see you on Hilltop Gardens.